some dino ribs, some beef ribs. This is gonna be my first time smoking these beef ribs. Beautiful prime grade. I'm gonna dry brine them, let them rest overnight, and then we're gonna smoke them tomorrow. Let's go. We have seasoned it up. The dino rib is seasoned. We got salt, pepper, and granulated garlic. Dogs are going crazy. Gonna let this sit overnight and then smoke it tomorrow. Let's go. Also got 2 prime grade New York strips. Super thick. We're gonna reverse sear these tomorrow. So I'm gonna season these up and we're gonna dry brine them and let them sit overnight until we smoke them tomorrow. Are you ready for the meat? So we got our dino ribs on the bottom shelf in the fridge, on a cooling rack so the air can circulate all the way around it. And then we got both our New York strips up here on another rack. They're gonna stay like this all night, let the air circulate, let all that seasoning soak up, and the dogs can smell it. We're excited. Good morning, let's go. Here we are. It's been about 12 hours since we seasoned the ribs and the steaks last night. I'm gonna light up my chimney starter, get some wood burning, get some charcoal burning. We're gonna load it up in the Kamado grill and we're gonna start smoking some meat. It's about 43 degrees outside, feels good. Beautiful Saturday. Let's get after it. Tear up a few pieces of leftover paper. Whoop. That's a fail. I'll leave that in the video for you guys. So there goes my charcoal. Here's I can show you guys what's going in my Kamado grill. These are some leftover pecan wood chunks. I'm gonna get these lit. You can just see these were left over from the last time I was smoking meat. Got a couple post oak charcoal briquettes. They're actually made by Franklin's Barbecue. Some more pecan wood. I'm gonna get this fire lit, and then I'm gonna take a few of the good pieces from here and put it in the Kamado to kind of get everything going. All right, got the fire in the chimney starter going. We're gonna let this ignite, get nice and cold up. Make sure it's all lit. And then we're gonna load it up in my char griller Acorn. It's essentially a big green egg, but the knockoff version. It's legit. I think I paid about $300 for this thing about a year and a half ago. I really had no idea that you could smoke meat on it, but I got a deflector plate now and it's awesome at smoking meat. I've already smoked a 20-pound brisket on it, multiple briskets, like 3 briskets, tons of ribs, smoked the whole chicken, and today we're doing dino ribs. Monkey is here, and he's gonna wait for the finished product. Let's get it, bud. We're gonna pop these grates out real quick. We're gonna grab this deflector plate. Don't worry about getting your hands dirty. It's all good. And last night, I already put in some charcoal, some little wood chunks in there, pecan wood. I'm gonna put my lit wood right here in this big open spot and try to start the fire on this end, and hopefully it spreads around and slowly lights everything. I've tried about 5 different charcoal methods so far with this grill. Every one of them's worked, so none of them have been bad. So I'm just trying different methods. You can see I have them stacked where there's lots of airflow in here. So as long as it can breathe good, should be a good fire. As you can see, I got the fire in the chimney starter going. All my wood chips are lit, or wood chunks. I'm gonna take a couple of them out with these. We're gonna place them in the fire. Let's go. Grab this little flaming guy. Set him right down in the middle at the bottom. Got a big boy lit. I'll place him down front. Hopefully this is gonna help ignite the rest of our charcoals. And the reason I put in the wood chunks first is because with these Kamado style grills, you generally don't produce that much smoke. So I want to produce a good amount of smoke in the beginning of the cook. So I'm lighting those wood chunks first, hoping that maybe they light and they smolder a little bit, because once they burn out, these things again don't produce that much smoke. I'm gonna take my deflector plate, gonna let it sit gently in here, and what this is gonna do is it's gonna deflect the heat so we get a little bit of indirect cooking whenever we're smoking our meat. Just now put in my grates. I want this video to be honest and transparent. Those wood chunks have really lit a fire, so I don't want to leave this open too much so it keeps igniting. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my thermometer, we're gonna place it right here at grate level. That way we can read the internal temperature of these grates. This lid closed. And now we're just gonna kind of let this fire mellow out for a minute. I even got the vents closed, just kind of kill it off for a second. I know people are gonna comment about smoke flavor getting on the grates. It's no worries. So I already think that whenever I started this fire, I lit too much wood chunks, which ignited too much. I'm gonna let this fire mellow out because I went a little gung-ho to start it, but we'll continue the cook. I wanna be honest with you guys and transparent. So I got my top vent rocking just a little bit under the number 1. I got my bottom vent down here. It's barely cracked. You can really only see that it's getting airflow from the side. It's time. We're gonna place this on the smoker, let the meat rest at room temp for a little bit. I'm gonna place the meat side towards the fire, and I'm gonna keep it more on this side of the grill so we stay as far away from the fire as possible for right now. Close this lid. See you guys in a bit. So it's only been about 7 minutes since I've placed the ribs on, and the grill is already back up to 233 degrees. It's settled down here, it keeps dropping back down to 232, maybe goes up a little bit, but she's already settled in. So like I said earlier in this video, I've tried lighting this fire many different ways, and even today I thought maybe I lit too much wood too soon and my fire was gonna get way too hot, but I just stopped it by controlling the vent. So thumbs up, Acorn, doing well. This thing has treated me so well for a $300 pit. If you're looking for something to smoke meat on that you can still grill with, definitely look into this char grill or Acorn. Not sponsored, just bought it at Home Depot. Let's go. All right, we're 2.5 hours in. Been rocking at about 230 to 245 the whole time. The reveal, let's see. Are we gonna need to spray them? Ooh. They're looking good. Got a lot more time to go. 4 hours and 40 minutes in. Let's take a look. Just gave it a little spritz. It's looking good. Fat's starting to render, starting to get some pullback on the bones. Gonna let it keep going. We've been cooking for 5 hours and 15 minutes. Rocking at 248. Gonna open it up, see what we're looking with. Starting to get some really good color. Gonna give it a little spritz. Almost 6 hours in the cook. Rocking at 259. Let's take a look. Now we're getting somewhere. Some nice pullback. Might wrap some foil around these bones so they don't brown up too much. Temp still at 260. Like 6 hours and 35 minutes in this cook. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's got a beautiful color. Now we're getting that nice pullback. This higher temperature is helping it. So I should have started the cook with a little higher temp altogether, but I'm gonna spray it a little bit. Might wrap it soon, might not wrap it, still debating that. We are 7 hours in, 262 degrees. Let's take a look. Oh yeah. Looking real nice. Beautiful bark setting. Gonna actually probe it, see the internal temperature. Haven't done that the whole cook. I usually just go off feel. 180s, so I need to get you one of them Thermopens instant reads. This thing takes forever. It's about 190. Just off the feeling of it, it's definitely not tender enough yet. Still needs to go a little bit more. I'm gonna spray it, and then I'm gonna wrap it to finish off the cook. 7 hours and 30 minutes in. Temp dropped back down 10 degrees. Let's take a look. Beautiful. Looking so good. 8 hours in this cook. Let's take a look. That rhymed. Oh yeah. Super nice bark. All right, I'm gonna spray it this time. I'm actually gonna wrap it and I'm gonna finish it off. Got a super nice bark, so not gonna let anything crust up. Let the bark soften up whenever we wrap it in butcher paper and eat it. Let's go. All right, we got our beef ribs wrapped up. We're gonna wait until they get probe tender, until I can push my thermometer in there and it feels like butter. So now we wait. I'm gonna close the lid. We're on the final steps, and then we rest it. Hey, Gracie. Hey, Gracie. Gracie. Hey, Gracie. Little preview. This is what we're gonna sear our steaks on later. Don't think I forgot about those New York strips. Those are still to come. So since the smoker is occupied with the beef ribs, and then I'm gonna smoke the steaks on them to reverse sear them, I'm gonna use my chimney starter to light a nice fire in here, and we're gonna sear them right over the chimney starter. Speaking of those New York strips, they've been dry brining for 22 hours. You can see they completely changed color. It's been 1 hour since we wrapped it. I'm gonna probe it for tenderness. We're gonna see what it feels like. Give it a little poke. Ooh, it's getting there. It's getting there. Time to reverse sear these New York strips. They've been dry brining for about 24 hours. Gonna place them on the smoker. The ribs are finishing up. So we're letting these guys finish up. We're just gonna set these New York strips right on these grates. Gonna let these come up to an internal temp of 120 to 125, and then we're gonna sear them over a fire. We smoked our steaks until they reached an internal temp of 120 degrees. Now we're gonna go to the chimney starter and sear it over this hot fire. Stay tuned. The cook is done. Looking amazing. Beautiful bark. You can see it's not crunchy, too crispy. Looks amazing. Let's cut into these beef ribs. Nice and juicy. That middle piece right here looks amazing. Probably should have cut the membrane off the bottom first, but looks so good. Look at this piece. Beautiful. It's amazing. You can see how juicy, fatty, flavor. So good. Next time, I'll cook it at a higher temperature, starting sooner. That's what I've learned from this cook. Thanks for watching. I'm just an amateur. I just enjoy cooking. So keep the comments nice. Much love, everyone.